The planet was a spectacle beyond comprehension, a celestial colossus that defied everything the galaxy thought it knew about habitable worlds. Its official designation was Gigantica, though humans, in their usual irreverence, called it Biggie. This was a planet of impossible proportions, mountains that pierced the clouds, oceans stretching beyond the curvature of sight, and landmasses so vast that even light struggled to traverse them. For my kind, species far older and presumably wiser, this place was inhospitable madness. Yet somehow, humans lived here. Not just lived, thrived. We orbited in silence, our sensors painting a picture of human settlements scattered across Gigantica's unimaginable surface. These outposts were a bizarre combination of rugged engineering and laughable audacity. Gravity on this planet should have crushed them into paste. The weather should have swept them into oblivion. Even the smallest native predators would have made a feast of these fragile bipeds. And yet there they were. Sprawling cities encased in shimmering domes. Megastructures towering against storms. Farms carved into cliffs that looked more like planetary scars. How do they do it? My assistant murmured, her multiple eyes blinking in sync. I had no answer. Humans were a puzzle we had dissected for centuries but never solved. Watching them here, on a planet that could crush fleets and shred armies, only deepened the mystery. What species, when faced with a world like this, doesn't retreat, doesn't give up? Humans did the opposite, they dug in. Our sensors zoomed into a bustling settlement perched on what humans called the Razor Ridge. The name was apt. The ridge was a jagged spire of rock stretching miles high, perpetually buffeted by hurricane-force winds. There, humans clung to its edges like barnacles, their machinery humming defiantly. What kind of creature looks at a mountain like that and says, "Yes, that's where I'll build a home"? Their buildings weren't just functional, they were ingenious. Exoskeletons and gravity suits allowed them to move freely in conditions that would liquefy lesser beings. Giant turbines harnessed the relentless winds, converting chaos into power. And the humans themselves? They strolled through this death trap as if it were a sunny park, laughing, arguing, living. It was absurd. It was magnificent. A human transport vehicle roared across a valley below, leaving a plume of dust in its wake. The thing was enormous by human standards, but laughably small against Gigantica's landscape. The vehicle's wheels were as tall as some species, designed to crush anything in its path. "Do they think size doesn't matter?" my assistant asked incredulously. Perhaps that was the secret. Humans didn't care that they were tiny. They didn't care that Gigantica was impossibly big. They had no concept of impossibility. It wasn't arrogance. It was something deeper, a stubborn refusal to accept limits. As we continued to observe, I found myself oddly captivated. I had studied countless species across countless worlds, but no one else had this spark. Humans didn't just survive, they refused not to. Gigantica wasn't a challenge to them. It was an opportunity. What truly set humans apart wasn't just their technology or their ability to endure. It was their spirit, the intangible force that drove them to create meaning in a place where survival alone should have been impossible. Gigantica wasn't just a challenge they overcame. It was a canvas for their creativity and a crucible for their resilience. In every settlement, no matter how isolated or precariously perched, there were signs of life beyond mere existence. Murals painted on the walls of domes depicted scenes from Earth, blending memories of their origin with the stark beauty of Gigantica. Music filled the air, crafted from instruments adapted to the planet's unique acoustics. These weren't just expressions of art. They were declarations of humanity. "We are here," they seemed to say, "and we will leave our mark." Their sense of community was equally remarkable. In the face of Gigantica's relentless dangers, humans relied on one another in ways that seemed alien to us. Cooperation wasn't just a strategy, it was a way of life. When one settlement faced a crisis, whether it was a resource shortage, an unexpected predator attack, or a structural failure, others rallied to their aid. Massive caravans of supplies would traverse treacherous landscapes, their success depending on the combined ingenuity and determination of every person involved. Their adaptability extended beyond physical challenges. Humans didn't simply endure hardship, they grew stronger because of it. Generations born on Gigantica displayed subtle but notable changes: denser muscle structure, enhanced endurance, sharper reflexes. These adaptations were complemented by deliberate advancements, like genetic tailoring to make future generations even more suited to their environment. Yet, even as their bodies changed, their sense of identity remained deeply tied to their humanity. They celebrated their roots while embracing their evolution, a duality that seemed almost contradictory, but made perfect sense to them. They found joy in the smallest victories. Harvesting a crop in soil once thought barren became a celebration. Successfully navigating a storm became a reason to gather, sharing stories and laughter as they reinforced their bonds. It was as though every triumph, no matter how small, was a reminder of their capacity to endure and thrive. Even their approach to problem-solving reflected their unique mindset. They didn't view Gigantica's challenges as adversaries to be defeated, but as puzzles to be understood. When a new predator appeared, they studied it, learning its patterns and adapting their defenses. When resources ran low, they innovated, finding ways to stretch their supplies or extract what they needed from previously untapped sources. And yet, through all of this, they remained humble. There was no pretense of dominion over Gigantica, no illusion that they had tamed it. They respected the planet, treating it as a partner in their survival rather than a foe to be conquered. It was a balance that few species could achieve, and it was a testament to the resilience of their spirit. It wasn't just their ability to survive that fascinated us, it was their refusal to settle for survival alone. They were builders, creators, dreamers. Gigantica was vast and unyielding, but humans met it with a vastness of their own, a spirit that could not be measured.